Hello and welcome to this brief video demonstration of some of the dimming capabilities of some of the new lighting types such as LEDs and compact fluorescents, as well as the good old-fashioned incandescent by way of comparison. I'm Margery Conner. I'm the Power and Components Editor for EDN Magazine. We'll be starting off looking at the 60-watt incandescent light. It puts out about 850 lumens, so that's a little bit better than 14 lumens per watt. Next we'll go to this dimmable CFL that puts out, it requires about 15 watts and puts out about 1100 lumens. So it puts out quite a bit more light actually than the incandescent. Next we'll go to this, it's called a snow cone LED. The LEDs are mounted horizontally here and they put out light, they emit them as point sources of light, which means you end up with sort of a half bowl shaped light source. After that we'll go to this really brand new LED light just put out by Philips. This is about 12.5 watts, puts out about 800 lumens. So it's almost as great, puts out as much light as the incandescent for its 12.5 watts. And you'll notice it has this interesting yellow rather than a white or clear bulb to it. This is what's called a remote phosphor. So the blue LEDs are mounted vertically, hidden in the center of this column. The blue LED goes out, strikes the remote phosphor, which then emits in turn a white light, and it's able to do that in a spherical source. So it's really a fairly complex design and very interesting to take a look at how that one works. So let's go set up the light. Let's start with the traditional incandescent light bulb. This is a 60-watt light bulb. Puts out about 850 lumens of light, or about 14 lumens per watt. Note that the light comes down in a spherical, almost 360-degree pattern. There's just this little shadow down there at the bottom. Let's also take a look at the heat being generated by this bulb. We can see it's about 366 degrees, which is a lot of heat. That's energy that's being wasted. It's not being converted into light. It's going up into heat. So now let's see how it does with dimming. And it dims where just seeing the light there, and goes all the way up to the top. As far as the throw of the triac, that's about dimming, seems like it's dimming to about 25% or so. Okay, let's take a look at a dimmable CFL now. This is a 15-watt CFL, puts out about 1100 lumens of light, so it puts out more lumens than the incandescent at 15 watts versus 60 watts. Let's see what the temperature of it is. It's reading about 184 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's pretty hot. And now let's take a look at how well it dims. Not much is happening. I'm dimming, I'm dimming, I'm dimming, I'm dimming, 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 dimming. And that's kind of tacky. Dimming all the way down, coming up slowly now. And that's it. So I don't know if I'd call it really a dimming. It's certainly not a smooth analog dimming. Our next bulb type is an LED snow cone. As you can see, quite a bit different bulb shape from both the incandescent and the CFL. It is in the shape of a snow cone, but also notice the light pattern rather than a spherical pattern that only showed a shadow down at the bottom. The light really comes up only hemispherically, like a half of a ball shaped over the light. So that's a fairly large difference for it. Let's take a look at the temperature. Looking again at the top, as we did with the other two lights, we see 92 degrees, significantly lower. But now let's take a look at where the electronics are, down here where the heatsink is. And we see that's registering about 130 degrees. So a big difference there, rather than the heat being radiated down at the top where the light comes out. The heat's really being generated mostly in the electronics. Take a look at dimming now. I'm cranking it down. It's going slower. We can see it is dimming, and it goes out sort of with a bang, but we don't see the flicker that we got in the CFL. And as we start bringing it back up, it's coming up, and it comes on with a bang. And it's all the way full on at this point. Okay, our last bulb is the Philips 12.5 watt 800 lumen light bulb. This is an unusual light in that it's an LED bulb, and it has almost completely spherical light pattern, just a little shadow at the bottom, very similar to the way the incandescents and the CFL look. Taking a look at the temperature, the most I've been able to get this register is about 110 degrees. Mostly it wavers between 80 and 90 degrees. And the heat sink is a little cooler. It's closer to 90 degrees, whereas up at the top you can get over 100 degrees. Now let's take a look at the dimming. I'm dimming it, I'm dimming it. It's definitely going down now. And boom, it goes out with a bang. We're at the bottom, bringing it back up again. And trying to see just where it starts to come on. And then I'm going to go back down again. That's where it just comes on. But certainly no flickering like there was in the CFL.